Hello, this is Dr. Oz. In this model, I will show you how to use Excel's Countif functionality. So in this model, I have four different types of components, namely component 570, 578, 741, and component 755. Inventory currently on hand for each component is given 5, 30, 70, and 17. And we have order up to point for inventory management. So if I order 570, which I should right now because it's under my up to point, I need to order 100 minus 5, 95 units. So this is a very common practice for any company pretty much that has to deal with inventories at the end of the day or week, depending on type of company. They need to look at their inventories and decide how many units to order. So 578, I need to order 725, looks like, and 741, I didn't sell anything. I don't need to order anything. So cost per unit is given here. Every time I order, I need to pay money for my transportation company or logistics company or suppliers and so on. And every time I order, I need to pay $120 for ordering. However, there's a good thing. If I order something more than 50, then I will pay less. How much less? 10% discount, so 90% of the initial value. So as you see here, I have two different types of costs here. One, cost per unit. Let me color code it for you. So this is the first type of cost. And also I have fixed cost per order. So I like to color code that. And it looks like there is no revenue and profit information in this problem. Again, first question I like to ask myself for any model, I'm trying to calculate, in this case, total cost. So I'm trying to minimize the total cost, although this is not a decision model. So that's why, although my objective is minimize total cost, there is nothing to really minimize because there is no decision to make other than just ordering. But I just want to stay consistent with my critical thinking, model building mindset. Second question I ask myself, what am I trying to decide? Again, in this problem, I do not have any decision, so this is not a decision model. Excuse me. So now I need to calculate my minimum cost. So the question I ask myself, how would you calculate minimum cost? In this case, I have two different types of costs. One is variable costs associated with buying those products. Plus, I have fixed costs per order. So fixed cost per order should be multiplied by number of orders, obviously, right? And variable cost should be multiplied by quantity ordered. So Q, quantity ordered. All right. So let's break it down. Instead of trying to calculate everything in one step, which will be crazy, let's break it down to variable cost and fixed cost per order, and also break it down between components. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this, and I'm trying to calculate for each component ID variable cost, or in other words, I will call this one as cost of goods sold, accounting terminology, COGS. All right, so I'm planning to calculate cost of goods sold. However, this depends on, again, variable cost unit per unit times quantity. So that's why, since I don't know the quantity, I need to come up with that quantity numbers. So this is my order quantity, which is my Q. Again, I'm stuck here. That's why I couldn't calculate this values, because I need Q so that I can calculate Q and plug in here and multiply with variable cost. So how many should I order? All right, for component 570, 100 minus 5, which is 95 units. I can drag this one right to calculate those values. As you see here, I don't need to order anything for component 741. Now I can calculate my cost of goods sold. So what is it? So 95 times, which is, if I go in order, variable cost per unit times quantity. So variable cost per unit is $4.50. However, I know that I will get a discount if it's a keyword, I order more than 50. As you see here, I order more than 50. I order 95. So what I'm gonna do is I will use if my my order quantity, which is right below, I just press on down arrow to select B20 in my case. If this value is greater than or equal to 50, then I will get a discount. How much? It's gonna be $4.50 times 0.9 because I will get 10% discount times my quantity sold, which is B20, comma. If this is not true, which means if I order less than 50, then after this comma, I will spend again $4.50. This time's no discount, so I'm not multiplying by 0.9 or 90%. Instead, I will multiply by quantity. All right. So as you see here, it cost me $384.75 to order 95, not $4.50 times 95. That would have been over $400. So as you see, I got a discount. So I would like to drag this formula, but before doing that, I need to make sure that I lock the appropriate cells. I don't need to lock purple or blue. I need to lock red and green. I want to use the same values over and over again. F4, red, green, F4. All right, so now I can drag it right. And these are my costs. Let me just click on this top left corner to select the entire sheet. To adjust the width, I will just go between two letters and double click. All right, as you see here, it won't cost me anything for $7.41 because I'm not ordering anything. And it will cost me full amount for other two components because I ordered less than 50, but I will get some discount here for component 570. So I'm done with cost per unit calculation, which is cost of goods sold right here, right? So if I just color code this one for you. So I am done with this. But now I need to deal with the fixed cost per order, all right? So let's calculate total fixed cost. And here, for the total fixed cost, I would like to make sure that I need to calculate number of orders, okay? So how am I gonna do that? So I need to first, to be able to calculate total fixed cost, I need to multiply fixed cost per order, which is given to me as $120, but I don't know number of orders. So let's calculate number of, excuse me, orders. I'm stuck here, excuse me. So I need to calculate number of orders. Number of orders. So to be able to calculate number of orders, basically I need to count how many times I order. So that's why I need to use count if Excel is asking me the range, if these values or quantities are, comma, greater than, right? That's what I need to tell Excel. So I need to say that if those values are greater than 0, again, the range is here. If these values are greater than 0, that means that I order something. I put in quotations because Excel doesn't understand that this is not a number. It's a logical expression. So I need to put in quotations to recognize this as a string. That's why I put in quotations. So if those values, one of those 4 values, or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, I need to count those. This is how I do it. So it looks like I count, I have 3 orders, one for this, one for this, one for this component. So now I can calculate my total fixed cost. All right, which is gonna be $100 per order times number of orders. which is your $360. All right, now I can calculate my total cost. Now I can calculate my total cost by summing up all my cost of goods sold, comma, my order cost. So it looks like the minimum, not minimum cost, the cost for this company is $1,173.45. Again, this is not a decision making model because I'm not deciding on whether I should do it or not. It's just a company policy that I need to follow up, and that will end up with $1,173.45. That's it for this video. Until next video, enjoy business analytics.